Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our challenge main event. Introducing first, from Suffield, Connecticut, weighing 212 pounds, the Egomaniac, Jonny Idol. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Brian Nunes, from Fall River, Massachusetts. He is one half of Pride, Dan Freitas.
Scott Angel alongside BK, Jordan Idol. Main event time this week on Eastern Pro Wrestling Challenge. And what a main event we've got for all the fans in all four corners of the globe. The Egomaniac, Jonny Idol, against one half of Pride in Dan Freitas.
That's right, Jonny Idol, one of Bryce Sanders and I, the hot shots mentors. Jonny Idol took us under his wing. He taught us about the wrestling business. He's a hero of mine. Against Dan Freitas, a man I despise. I think he's despicable. I can't stand him. I hope Jonny Idol takes him out just like Brian Nunes takes out, so we have two broken arms or something right now.
You know, earlier in the program, D-Unit talked about Afterburn cheating back in Southborough, and I'll tell you, fans, if you're not there on March the 11th in Plainfield for the night of Eastern Pro Wrestling action at the Town Hall, you will be cheating yourself out of the complete pro wrestling experience. Eastern Pro Wrestling, we put the excitement back in professional wrestling.
You'll also be cheating yourself out of an opportunity to take pictures with your camera phones of the hot shots.
All Eastern Pro Wrestling championships will be defended, and right now Jonny Idol, the veteran that he is, taking it to Dan Freitas.
I think Dan Freitas is cheating here. That little headband he's got on, I think it's a protector so he can withstand punishment easier. Someone should take that off him right now.
What a large body slam there, and with the arm drag, and now Freitas slowing the tempo of the match down. And that will help him later in the match because he'll have more oxygen in his lungs during the later parts of the match when he needs explosive bursts of energy.
Not only that, Dan Freitas throws one of the better arm drags you'll ever see in wrestling. I've been on the receiving end of those things. Not only does he take you down quick, but it rips your arm right out of the socket. So when you actually land, it takes a little while to get your wits about you and what you want to do.
Idol with a cheap shot, but it was effective. So
what cheap shot, Scotty? The man's arm was being ripped off. His arm was being ripped off. You got to do what you got to do, so he punched him. Look, Dan Freitas is punching him now.
Hey, turnabout's fair play. Irish whip. Picture perfect drop kick.
Come on, Johnny. There you go. There you go, Johnny. Wait, turn around, Johnny. Turn around. No.
BK, will you do us a favor and be impartial for once in your life?
I'm always impartial. I just can't
favor
stand
your friend.
I can't stand anybody of Pride. Brian Nunes, Dan Freitas, I hate him. I hate him with a passion. No.
And right there, Jonny Idol using the ring and just drives Freitas into that steel post. And when human body hits steel, the steel always wins.
I didn't get to see a good vantage point. Was it his head? Was it his shoulder? What was it, his traps? What hit the pole? Did you see that?
It looked like the very top of the shoulder. At least from my vantage point.
I love it because that's a solid steel post. I hope it hit all three of those body parts on him. Someone get Brian Nunes out of here. He's trying to cheat. Brian Nunes is trying to cheat.
And now Idol with a kick right to the exposed cranium of Dan Freitas.
Good. Wow. slap him.
1, 2.
There you go, Johnny. Mock Brian Nunes. Make Brian Nunes mad. I hate those guys.
And if you want to join us in Plainfield on March the 11th, EPWWrestling.com, get your tickets, or Better Value Supermarket in Plainfield, Connecticut will have your tickets. You've got to be there. It's an experience of a lifetime. And right there you see Jonny Idol. Very deliberate with that elbow drop 2 count.
That's right. You can log on to EPWWrestling.com, buy your tickets off the computer door at home. You get to come to Plainfield Town Hall, see Bryce Andrews and I win the #1 contenders match. And I'll tell you right now, I got the feeling D Unit's going to take out Afterburn. So somewhere down the line, you're going to see the Hot Shots take on D Unit for the EPW Tag Team Championship.
Frankie Arion defends his television title. Paul Lombardi defends his heavyweight championship against Chris Venom. All that and much, much more coming up on March the 11th.
On top of all that, you got the exciting grudge match, the war between the epic Mike Bennett and brutal Bob Evans. I got a feeling that's going to be a battle in its own right.
I have a feeling there may just be remnants of the Plainfield Town Hall. Come March the 12th, we may just have where the building used to stand.
Absolutely. Look at Jonny Idol. I hope right now that Dan Freitas' vertebrae are hurting and he's in partner. I'd love to see these guys take a trip in the ambulance to the hospital. You?
You are a sadistic guy, aren't you?
I just want him to go to the hospital. I don't like him.
Third
I
shot.
don't hope he dies. I just hope he gets really hurt. These are illegal closed fists. Illegal. Kick out, Johnny. Kick out.
1,
Kick out.
2.
Kick out. Yes.
That's a fraction of a second away from a victory for Dan Freitas. Irish whip here. Idol chest first into the buckle. And now, what is this? Wait a minute.
Yes. Yes. They're gonna break four of his arm.
That's the stroke. What are they? What is the reason for this? I mean,
who cares what the reason is? Just hold it. Let's see him get hurt.
The stroke have been on a collision course with Pride for months.
Get out of there! Get out of there! Look at Dan Freitas cheating. He's trying to use a chair. He was trying to use a chair.
He's protecting his partner.
Dan Freitas, what was that all about?
Gregory Edwards! Brian Nunes! I've had enough! You want to keep continuing jumping us from behind? Obviously going after Brian's bad arm? This is it! We want you in the ring! Man against man! All the playing's over! Going to your house, coming to our house, it's over! Us versus you! I don't care what it takes! I don't care who I gotta talk to get it done! Anytime! You're ready! We're ready! Bring them on! Anytime! Come on! Anytime!
A very heated Pride being attacked by the stroke. What a disaster. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us this week here on EPW Challenge. We'll see you next week.